Did you have a permanent house?
Yes, we did.
So did you left your permanent house and well it was like during the summer, right? You'd go sharecrop and stuff like that.
Well, no. Where my dad were, the farm that we lived on and everything, that's where he worked on the farm there. You know, drove tractor and
That was an
did
all year
crops and
thing.
stuff. Uh, yeah, whatever they grew, my
Mm-hmm.
dad helped with, and cotton was the biggest thing. But he didn't. It wasn't his property. The guy that Dad worked for, it was his property. You know,
Right.
the farm and everything.
Right.
I don't know if they owned the house or not, but probably did because that's where we
So how long did you guys live there?
That's as far as I know. That's where my first memory of
So you moved from there to
Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But you guys, now you talked about, I don't want to rush through anything, but you talked about going down to, what, North Carolina or somewhere and doing tomatoes or something?
Indiana.
Okay, so I don't know where I
Right.
got North Carolina
Yeah.
at.
Well, I guess
Was that just
year
one
was-
time that you guys did that?
That's the only time I remember is maybe one time. But Buster and Buddy went too, and my grandma, Oni McDaniel, she went too. So it was a bunch of us because, well, all our family left because I think Mr. McDaniel went with us too, and because we all went down there, and of course I was too young to pick tomatoes or anything like that, but that's what the rest of them did. So we all went down there as a group. It was probably because maybe there wasn't something to work that year or something. Crops were
Bad
bad
weather
or
or
whatever,
something that year.
and we needed money, so that's where my dad said we're going, and that's where we went.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
So by the time you were old enough to to even help, you guys had already moved to
Yeah,
Kansas City, Riverside.
Yeah, because see, I remember going to kindergarten in Kansas City, kindergarten class, and first grade also. So you know, we were pretty young. But when we went and my folks and picked the tomatoes and stuff like that, we stayed at the car. So you know, Ronnie and Joan, you know, were little, and
Mm-hmm.
us, we just stayed at the car where they were picking the tomatoes and stuff like that, you know, and they'd just take us out there. Probably had to move the car every now and then, you know, if we got too far away or they got too far away or something. And then,
So where did you? Well, so you're probably too young to remember. Where did you stay while you were out there picking tomatoes and
well,
stuff?
at nighttime,
Yeah. Where did you live while? And how long was that a period of time when you were there?
I don't know how long it was. You know, they probably just picked until maybe we made enough money to go back home or something like that. You know, because I was too young to really know about that part of it. But I just remember doing that. But when we first got there, we lived in a barn.
Really?
And we had hay to lay on and stuff like that. I mean, all of us were there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cooked our own food, you know, and I don't remember what we even cooked or anything like that, but I can remember my grandma and Buster and Buddy and Dad and, you know, Mr. McDaniel and I don't know who else. Billy Joe, he might have helped pick because I don't remember him so much at the car, you know, when we were there during the daytime, you know. But I just remember us kids were staying in the car. We'd probably play around the car and stuff like that, but you know, I just remember that. And at the barn, that's where we'd end up at the end of the day and slept that night. And we'd fix our own food and slept there, and the next day they'd go out again. But we did stay there long enough that we got promoted to another. It was like I think it was like a pig stall or something like that because it had a roof, board roof, and a smaller building. And I remember it was probably still hay on the floor, and it was clean. It wasn't like pigs there or anything like that, but that's might have been what it was supposed to be if there were pigs there. But I remember there was like places where above the ground that you could lay on, you know, but it was still like straw covered with a blanket or something like that. I don't remember it being cold, so it had to be
summertime.
good weather that you didn't have to worry about being warm or anything like that. But you remember I told you that the thing I remember about whenever I smell tomatoes, you know, when you have tomatoes of your own in the vine and stuff like that, that's what brings back that memory.
Memories
all
of
the times
Indiana.
that we went there.